Dominique Dawes getting set to go on the bars now. A three-time national champion in this event. Dawes, like Dominique Moceanu, is training for the Goodwill Games. It may not be as important for them to win here. They're working on new skills, testing out various moves, working toward the bigger competitions.
There was a free hip, hacked, release move. It's very difficult. Giant full. She'll go right into another giant full and a half this time. Now she'll swing down. Again, it's a requirement to do some skills on the low bar, although it seems like a token these days. Double tuck dismount.
That's why they call her Awesome Dawsome. A powerful gymnast. Dawes has a close relationship with her coach, Kelly Hill. They actually moved in together a year before Barcelona to make the training easier.
The reason this is called a reverse hack is she starts going one direction and reverses direction as she flies over the bar. Good form. Look how her legs are together on the dismount, and a great landing.
You can hear the crowd chanting for a 10. It's a 9.9, though, for Dominique Dawes. Here's Yelena Produnova, set to go next on the bars. This is not her best event.
Although she does do some unique moves. We'll see her do a reverse hack. There's a free hip transition move right into another free hip. She's got a reverse grip. Now she'll do a reverse hack going the opposite direction. Leg form has been a little bit sloppy. Setting up here for her dismount. Pike double back.
Yelena lives in Round Lake, Russia. She's a typical teenager, though. She likes Madonna, Celine Dion, and the group Scorpions. Wonder how that translates into Russian.
Here's her release move. She does the Tkachev, the same release move we saw earlier, done in a different direction. Has a little bit of a problem on the transition. She's lucky she held on to that. Setting up for her dismount. It's important to get a good giant swing to be able to get the momentum to propel the height in the air. She does it in a pike position, meaning her legs are straight, body piked.
The scores in this rotation have been fairly consistent. It's another 9.8, a good score for Produnova. Amy Chow will conclude this rotation for the women. In Julianne last week, Amy was spectacular on bars, scoring a perfect 10.
She had it all in this routine. She had such a variety of movements. A beautiful full in, back out dismount.
And that was one of the routines that helped lead Amy Chow to the title in Lowell. Understandably, this is her favorite event. She won the silver medal on bars at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta.
Hold on tight. You're in for a ride. This routine is packed full of difficulty. I think every time she mounts the bar, she's capable of scoring a 10. Beautiful Stalder work. Piked Jaeger flip. She's beautiful form. Down to her toe point. Setting up for another release move. Dismount. Full and back out.
Amy Chow, a full-time student at Stanford. How she can compete at this level and with this consistency is amazing.
And here's a Stalder blind change. It's very difficult into a high release move. Look how she drops back onto the bar. An excellent dismount. She'll do a full twist on the first flip. Look at the perfect form. Great landing.
And there it is, the first 10 of the competition. Back-to-back 10s, 1 week after the next for Amy Chow. So here are the standings for the women with 1 rotation remaining on day 1. Amy Chow has inched ahead of Shannon Miller just as she did last week in Lowell, Massachusetts. Dominique Moceanu in 3rd, and Dominique Dawes has moved up to 4th. Stay with us. The men will move to the pommel horse when we come back. Back in Toledo, Amy Chow has been amazing on bars. Another 10 for the 2nd week in a row. She's backstage with Scott Lasky.
Amy, is this like riding a bicycle? Last week you get a perfect 10 on the uneven bars. This week the same thing.
I had a good time out there. I've been training bars, and yeah, it went pretty well.
Now, you're at such a high level right now. Have you definitely thought of not pursuing the 2000 Olympics?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm focusing on school right now, so we'll see.
So you're leaning towards not?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Scott. Switching back now to the men's competition after 1 rotation. Blaine Wilson in the lead. Peter Vidmar joins us once again.
And Andrea, it really is no surprise that Blaine is leading so far.
John Roethlisberger getting set to go on the pommel horse. John got married in this past year to Kelly McConnell, who was also a gymnast at the University of Minnesota.
And he had a lot of warm-up time on the pommel horse and the one-touch warm-up. Spent a lot of time, wasn't really secure about his routine. Let's see if he can be a tough competitor like he's always been and hit a routine here. A lot of trouble in warm-ups. So far, no problem. Here's his flare sequence. So far, so good. John's got a great toe point. A little bit heavy, just look a little bit heavy, but I'll tell you, a lot better than his warm-up. Spent a lot of time on that horse beforehand trying to get the bugs out. Looks like he barely did.
Well, that's what the warm-ups are for. John had a very successful collegiate career at the University of Minnesota, 3-time NCAA all-around champion.
At the beginning of the shooting, you can see the detail here of his hands. Working up to the pommels. Not a lot of room for error there. 1 inch to one side and you're off the pommel. And if the hand's off the pommel, then the gymnast is completely off the horse.
And Roethlisberger also scores higher than he did on the floor. A 9.7 for Roethlisberger. Up on the pommel horse now, Cheney Humphrey. Tied for 7th place after the first rotation.
And I saw Cheney take a few extra turns on his warm-up on pommel horse, trying to get secure here.
He's been a member of the national team since 1989. Almost made the Olympic team in 1992. Missed by less than a 1/10 of a point, but he was a 1996 Olympian.
And he was devastated then, and that really fueled his training for the 96 games. So far, he's off to a good start. Little bobble there, but he's so strong, he's able to keep that circle going.
Always amazed when you hear all the things these gymnasts do in addition to all the training and the competitions. He writes poetry, he plays guitar, and he's even learning to speak Chinese.
Just got back from China, actually. Well, little bobble in the dismount, but tell you, that was a good routine in terms of muscling through. Cheney's got that power. He uses it well when he has to, especially when he's in trouble. Here's that flare sequence at the end of the routine, hopping down to the end and just powering through the handstand. Helps to be strong.
The score for Cheney is a 9.7. Significantly better than his 9.3 on the floor.